Hello and welcome to Picking Principles. Today I have got this Kensington branded computer tie-down lock. So it goes into the side of the computer and you're supposed to anchor it to something. And you turn the key and you can see that it's locked in. You can feed that through before you lock it and tie it around the leg of a desk, or you can anchor it some other way with that. So there, we have it completely locked in. I'm going to try to explain to you what I did in order to pick this and show you how it works as well. So right now with the key in, it just spins the whole mechanism, not this outer shell, but the interior part. And you can see it spins that. And so if I put pressure right here, let me show you that. So you can see there's the outer two pieces of metal right here are kind of like tines on a fork, and then there's an inner piece right there. And if I hold it and don't allow it to spin, now I'm going to turn the key, and you can see that the inner part rotates and wedges those apart. So now it can't be pulled out of the computer. And then the key comes out. So once it's locked, you can remove the key. When it's unlocked, of course I have to put pressure on it again. There, it's unlocked. It is key retaining. So I'm going to lock it so I can get the key out. And it's obviously a tiny little dimple core. I don't have anything that small to impression it. And if you look carefully, you can see that there's 6 pins inside of that dimple core. Try to get the light to shine on them all. So if we start over here, you can see 1 pin right there, 2, 3, 4, 5 back here. I can't get inside to show you the 6th right now. So what I first did was I looked for a way to tension this. And by looking at the key, you can see that it tensions at the back. There's no notch in this post. So I looked for something that would fit inside, and I found one of these little Z bars. And when I insert the Z bar inside here, it fits quite nicely. And I can rotate the entire mechanism. That's including this outer casing. The outer casing rotates. But of course the key does not have that outer casing rotate. The key rotates the inner casing. So the issue I had was that when I put the Z bar in, even though it fits quite nicely, it's catching on that little lip right there. So you see it catches the outer casing, the lip. So I thought, well, maybe if I just take away some of that. So I got out Sharpie and I colored it all black and I put it back in and I got my pick and I started scraping away at the Sharpie just to get a rough idea of what I needed to do. Then I got my grinder out and you can see I ground a little notch, and then I got my files and I took it a little deeper and then I wiped off the black. And so now when I put it in, I can clear that outer casing. Now it's locked right now, so it just spins, but it does clear the outer casing. So I'm going to take this apart, I'm going to unlock it. Okay, it is unlocked. Key is in. Oh, that's another thing, that once I do pick it, it is key retaining when it's unlocked. So then I'm going to have to pick it closed. I'm going to insert it into here. This cable makes it very difficult to maneuver. And lock it up. Okay, so it's locked. So now I don't know how I'm going to do this on camera. Okay, I've got my picking tool in. It rotates clockwise. Very awkward. All right, let's see if I can pick this. Just push on the pins. 1, 2, 3. Four. Oh, gotta click there. 5. Nothing there on 6. Got a little click there, I think. Very awkward to hold. And I can't really see inside either. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to keep going around. Push on those little pins. I've only ever done that, well, I guess I've done it 4 times because I picked it once and got my core to rotate, but it only rotated like 1/8. So I had to pick it again to get it unlocked. And then I tried pulling out my tension tool. And that's when I realized I was gonna have to pick it shut. So I had to pick it 2 more times in order to get it shut. Or locked again, I mean, so that I could remove it. But each of those times I had better lighting and I had it resting vertically. Right now, I can barely see it all. And in those times when I was successful, I did overset 2 of the pins, which when you can see what you're doing is not a problem because you can just let off a little bit of tension, let them pop and do it again. So if this was actually anchored to a desk and I wasn't so concerned about trying to keep everything in camera view, I'm not sure, but I think it would be a little easier. But of course, I'm inexperienced and therefore slow. Well, I'm not feeling what pin's holding me up at this point. So let's start here. That one feels okay. Let's see what we can see. Whew. Let me see if I can rest this on something. And maybe zoom. All right, so I'm in and I'm tensioning the core. One, two, gotta click. I don't feel like there was anything there on 3 or 4, 5. Maybe on 6. Back to 1. Feels okay. Let me try to use something a little thinner. Maybe that'll help. Nope, nothing on 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe got something there. 5, 6. Well, this is a terrible angle for me to work at. And I don't think it's going to work. So you can see I got it to rotate one position, but it's still locked. 16-minute video. But it should be easier this second time because one of the pins will now be where the peg was. So it's kind of in a dead spot, so I shouldn't have to pick it. Got a good click there. Another one there. It certainly has a different feeling than a pin tumbler. Because even though you've got pressure on the core, putting tension, you can't just like scroll along and find a binding pin very easily. There we go. And there. Whoops. Got it unlocked. So you can see that that piece is now parallel to the others, and therefore that wedge isn't pushed open. Now, I can't lock it because I got to pick it, which I'm not going to do on camera, but in order to get my tension tool out, which you can see is in fact stuck inside, I'm going to have to pick it closed, but I'm not going to bore everybody. I'll do that off camera. So sorry for the extreme length of this video, but I hope you learned something and enjoyed what you saw. Please, if you did, feel free to hit like and subscribe. As always, I appreciate suggestions and comments left in the section below. And thank you for watching Picking Principles. Thanks. Have a great day.